You drop out of your mother somewhere in the grasslands of North America, and your legs buckle the moment they touch the ground. You try to push yourself up, but your front legs slide apart beneath you, so you drop back down. Your mother stands over you with her head low, nudging your side until you try again. This time your legs hold, and you take your first few steps, stumbling forward through the long grass with your body still wet. Then the herd starts moving. The adults around you begin walking without waiting, and their legs push through the grass on both sides of you. You try to follow, but your legs aren't fast enough to keep up, so the gap between you and your mother grows. One large female cuts across your path and knocks you sideways, sending you down into the dirt again. You get back up and push harder, keeping her tail in front of you as a guide. Then a crow drops out of the sky and lands 2 steps in front of you. It hops forward with its head tilted, moving toward your legs. You stop walking and your legs lock up. Your mother turns back, lowers her head toward the bird and walks at it until it lifts back into the air. Then she turns again and keeps moving, so you stay right behind her this time with your legs finally finding a steadier rhythm. By the time the herd slows at the water's edge, your legs have stopped shaking. You push between 2 adults and reach your mother, pressing into her side as she stands still. She lets you feed, and you drink until your stomach is full. The rest of the herd grazes around you, and for now, you are safe inside it. But the herd won't always be this easy to stay close to. You're 3 weeks old now, and you've learned that staying close to your mother means staying close to the herd. So when the 2 largest males in the group start walking toward each other with their heads low and their legs pushing hard into the ground, you stay right behind her with your body pressed against her leg. The 2 males crash into each other with their foreheads meeting and their back legs driving forward, pushing and grinding until one of them steps sideways and tries to get around the other's shoulder. The whole herd shifts around the fight with the adults moving away from the impact and the younger ones getting pushed in different directions. Your mother moves too, and the gap between you opens up faster than you can close it, so you push through 2 adults trying to get back to her side. But one of them turns into you without looking, knocking you sideways and away from the group entirely. You stop and look back at the herd with the adults all moving as one body and your mother somewhere inside it. You need to get back in, so you walk along the outside of the group looking for a gap wide enough to push through. Then the fight ends. One male turns and walks away with the other standing still behind him, and the herd stops moving. That's when you spot your mother near the middle and push straight toward her with your head low until you reach her side. She doesn't react. She just keeps grazing as if you were never gone. That's the first time you've been separated, and you found your way back. But the herd is big, and as you get older, the adults will stop moving around you, and the gaps between them will start to close faster than your legs can carry you. You're 3 months old now, and the herd has stopped at a wide stretch of open grass with the adults spreading out and grazing across it. You stay near your mother with your head down, pulling at the grass beside her. Then one of the adult females on the outer edge of the group lifts her head and turns to face the tree line. 2 more adults do the same, and the whole outer ring of the herd starts pulling inward with the adults pressing closer together and pushing the younger ones toward the middle. That's when you see it. A wolf is walking along the tree line with its body low and its eyes on the herd. It stops, watches, then starts moving again, trying to find a gap in the outer wall of adults. The herd keeps pulling tighter, so you get pushed further in with larger bodies pressing in on both sides. From where you are, you can still see the wolf through the gaps between legs, and it's circling wider now, trying to find a way around the outside. Then a younger calf on the far edge of the group runs the wrong way, going out instead of in, and the wolf turns toward it instantly. 2 adult females break from the outer ring and run at the wolf with their heads low, driving it back toward the tree line. But it's already too late for the calf. The wolf cuts it off before the females reach it, and the 2 adults stop and stand their ground at the edge of the grass while the wolf pulls the calf back into the trees. The herd starts spreading out again after a while, and your mother goes back to grazing. You stay close with your body pressed against her leg. You were on the inside this time, but the herd won't always form the circle fast enough, and one day you'll be old enough to stand on the outside of it. Skip forward a bit, and you're 1 year old now. Your body has filled out, and your legs carry you without any trouble, but the adults still push you to the edges when the herd moves to a good patch of grass. Today, the herd has stopped at a wide stretch of fresh growth, and the adults are spread across most of it with their heads down, leaving only a small patch on the far side for the younger ones. You walk toward it, but another juvenile is already there with his head down and his body turned sideways across the best part of the patch. He's bigger than you, and he keeps his position as you get closer, so you stop just in front of him with your head low. He lifts his head and stares at you, then takes a slow step forward trying to push you back. But you hold your ground and drive your forehead into his shoulder, pushing your back legs hard into the dirt. He pushes back with his legs locking and his body leaning into yours. For a moment, neither of you moves. Then his back foot slips, causing his whole body to drop sideways just enough for you to step past him and take the patch. That's your first real win. You graze with your head down and your legs planted wide, and after a while he moves to the side and eats what's left beside you. The interesting thing about Beefalo is that they inherit their size and strength from both bison and cattle, so by the time they reach adulthood, they are built heavier than most animals their age on the plains. You're already starting to show that, but you're still on the outside of the herd, and the adults haven't noticed you yet. Soon they will, and that's when things will get harder. You're 2 years old now, and the dominant males in the herd have started driving you back every time you get too close to the center. You need to find your place somewhere else, so you start spending more time on the outer edge with the other young males who have been pushed out the same way. There are 4 of you, and over a few days you fall into a loose group, grazing near each other and walking in the same direction without anyone deciding to lead. One afternoon, one of the older males in the group walks straight at you with his head low, trying to push you out of the patch of grass you're standing on. You hold your ground and press your forehead into his, with your back legs driving hard into the dirt. He's bigger than you, but you're built wider through the chest, so you absorb the push without going back. After a few seconds, he steps sideways and grazes beside you instead. That's how rank works in a bachelor group. You push, you hold, and whoever gives ground first goes lower. A few days later, you test one of the others the same way, walking toward him with your head low until he turns and gives you the patch. Then you walk past it without even stopping to graze because you didn't want the grass. You just needed to know where you stood. By the end of the week, you're walking at the front of the group with the others following your line without being asked. You're not part of the main herd anymore, but you're not on your own either. You have a group and you're at the top of it, but the rut is coming, and when it does, the dominant males will come looking for challengers. And this time, you won't be able to walk away. Skip forward a bit, and you're 4 years old now. The rut has started, and the dominant male of the main herd has been walking the outer edge all morning with his head low, and his body turned sideways at every male he passes. You watch him from across the grass, and when he stops and faces you directly, you walk toward him because you're big enough now to try. He comes forward fast with his head dropping just before impact, and the two of you crash together with your foreheads meeting and your legs driving into the ground. He's heavier than you, and the force of it pushes you back 2 steps, so you dig in harder and push forward trying to stop the slide. But he's been doing this for years, so he uses his weight to grind you sideways instead of straight back, causing your legs to lose their line and your body to tip. Then he drives his full weight into your shoulder, knocking you off your feet and onto the dirt. You get up and walk away. That's the right call. A young male who keeps fighting after going down gets hurt badly, and hurt males get picked off. You've learned that much. So you move back to the outer grass and graze with your group for the rest of the afternoon. Later that day, the dominant male is busy driving off another challenger on the far side of the herd. You walk to the edge of the main group where 2 females are grazing away from the others, and you stay near one of them with your head down until she lets you get close. That's your first mating. It lasts a few seconds, and then she walks away and you go back to grazing. You didn't win the rut, but you didn't leave it empty-handed either. Next time you'll be stronger, and the dominant male will be older. 6 years old now, and you're the dominant male. The herd moves when you move, and the other males give you space without being asked. But one morning, a younger male starts following closer than usual with his head low and his body angled toward you every time you stop to graze. You've seen this before. You did the same thing 2 years ago. So you turn and face him directly, with your legs planted wide and your head dropping toward the ground. He doesn't back off. He walks straight at you, and the two of you meet hard, with your foreheads crashing together and your back legs driving into the dirt. He's younger and faster, so he pulls back quickly and comes at your side before you can turn fully, hitting you behind the shoulder and causing your front legs to buckle for a second. But you get your legs back under you and spin into him with your full weight, driving him sideways across the grass. He tries to plant his feet and push back, but you're heavier through the chest and shoulders, so you keep grinding him back until his back legs slip and he goes down onto one knee. He gets up and backs away a few steps, with his head still low but his body turning slightly to the side. That's the signal. He's done. You stand where you are and watch him walk back toward the outer edge of the group, and then you turn and go back to grazing. That's what 6 years of growth gets you. Your bison side gives you the bulk through the front, and your cattle side gives you the stamina to keep pushing long after a younger animal starts to tire. The herd is yours, and every male in it knows it, but the plains stretch a long way in every direction, and there are always more males coming up behind you. You're 9 years old now, and the herd is crossing a river that runs wide and shallow across the plains. The adults go first, with the younger ones following behind. And you walk in last because dominant males take the rear to watch for anything coming from behind. The water reaches your belly as you step further in, with your legs pushing against the current and your body angling slightly upstream to hold your line. Then the current picks up through the middle section where the riverbed drops and the water runs faster. So you push harder with your legs to keep moving forward. The far bank is close, and most of the herd is already climbing out when your front leg drops into a deeper pocket in the riverbed, causing your body to tip forward and your head to go down toward the water. You get your leg back under you and push up. But the stumble has slowed you, so now you're alone in the middle of the crossing with the far bank still a few body lengths away. That's when the mountain lion hits you from the side. It has been waiting on a rock above the bank and drops straight onto your back with its claws digging into your shoulders, and its weight driving your front legs back down into the riverbed. You twist hard and pull forward trying to get your legs under you, but the riverbed gives way beneath your hooves so you can't get the push you need. The cat pulls your head down toward the water with its jaws locked across the back of your neck, and your front legs buckle under the combined weight. The rest of the herd reaches the far bank and keeps moving. The crossing is done for them. The river carries the sound away, and by the time the last calf climbs out, the water behind them is already running clear again.